Okay, so today we are going to cover how to draw a title block. So that's your assignment. You have your dimensions inside of your module inside of week 7, and I just wanted to do a quick demo on what that would look like, how I want you to use the tools to help you get through this drawing. Okay, so the very first tool we're gonna use is the line tool. It's in your draw panel, the very first tool. If we look at our command bar down here at the bottom, we can see that line has been selected. Make sure ortho's turned on so that you can draw horizontally straight and vertically straight lines. In our command bar, it says to specify our first point. Well, we're just going to screen pick and move your cursor anywhere in your model space, left click, and it will start you a line. I'm going to pull to the right. The dimensions of this drawing are actually going to be 10.5. So type 10.5, hit enter, and you've just drawn a 10.5 line from your screen pick point in the direction you pulled. So now I'm going to move my cursor up, and it says specify next point. I'm going to type 8.0 or just 8 and hit enter. Now I'm going to pull to the left. The line command is a continuation command. So until you escape out or hit enter, you're going to still be in the line tool. So that allows me to just pull in the direction I want to go and type a dimension. So this is going to be 10.5 again. And lastly, I'm going to pull in the down direction, close that off by going another 8 and hitting enter. Now I'm still in the line command because it is a continuation. So to get out of the line command, I'm just going to hit enter or escape. Either one of those will get me out of the command. The next tool you're going to find in the modify panel, and it's the last tool that's shown before you go and you open this flyout. So we're going to select the offset tool. If you hover over the tool, it's going to show you kind of what it's going to do. So we're creating parallel lines at a specific distance. So we're going to select that tool. And if we always pay attention to your command bar, right? So when I pick offset, I'm just going to type 0.25 because I know that's how far I want to go and hit enter. Now it says select your objects to offset. So this is the object I want to offset first. Now it says specify point on side. And what that means is I could go above or below this line and drop a new line, an offset line. So right now it's creating a temporary point depending on which side my mouse goes. So in this case, we want to go up. So to set it and make that a permanent line, I'm going to left click one more time when I'm above the line. And that will drop that line. You'll notice you're still in the offset command. So the command line says select object to offset. Now we are still at a 0.25 offset. That's good in this case because we have another line we want to offset here. So pull that one up, click on the above the line, and it will set both of those like so. Now we could keep going with as many of those 0.25 offsets as we need. However, we're done with them. So we can hit escape. We do have some vertical lines that we need to offset, and we have those distances as well. There's another vertical line here at 1.7. So we're going to go to offset, type 1.7, hit enter, and then we're going to pick this line and select this side to make it a permanent line. We hit escape, go back and select offset again, and this next line is 1.4, but it's coming from this line here. So we're going to select that line, pull to the left, and permanently place our line again. We're going to use the offset tool one more time. Offset. Our last dimension is 2.6, and that line starts here and goes in this direction. So there are all of our lines. Now we are done with the offset tool. The next tool that we're going to need in this drawing is the trim tool. It's in modify, top row, and it's the third tool to the right. If you're in 2020 or older, you will pick the trim tool. Select all will pop up in your command bar. You just hit enter, and now you're ready to trim your lines. If you're using a newer model, you may just have to hit trim and select your lines. But either way, you do the same steps. And those 5 lines are what we're wanting removed. So then when we're finished, we have these boxes down here inside of our overall title block. The next tool we're going to use is Mtext, multi-line text. We're going to draw a text box from our top left corner to our bottom right corner of just the first box. When we select those 2 corners, we're going to get this, our cursor is going to show up. We're going to see that now we can start entering text. Well, before we hit anything, we do need to make some adjustments. Our justification, we want to change. And to do that, we go into this paragraph panel, click justification, and pick middle left. So we want our text to be centered in the middle of this box, but over to the left. We also want to change our text height. To do that, just simply click over here one time, and we're going to change it to 1/8 of an inch. So that's 0.125. Hit enter. Now we're ready to text, but we do want to scoot our text over and get it off of this line. So we're going to space bar one time, and then we're going to make sure our cap locks is on, no lowercase letters. We're going to type DWG : screen pick or left click off of your text. And what you should end up with is a text inside of this box that is pretty evenly spaced on this left side. Now we want text in every one of these boxes. I don't want to have to go through all that process again. So I'm going to introduce you to one more command. That is the copy command. It's in Modify, the first column, second row. Pick the copy tool. Notice your command bar. It says to select your object. So what do we want to copy? Well, I want to copy this DWG. So I'm going to select it and hit enter. And now it wants to know a base point. What a base point is where am I picking or grabbing a hold of on this item that I'm wanting to copy. In this case, I'm going to pick this top left corner of my box. To make all of these texts match, I can just simply select the top left corner of every single box as my second point or my next point, right? So when I pick all the other 5 top left-hand corners, I can hit escape, and that's going to permanently place this DWG text in all 5 boxes. They're all evenly spaced on the edges because of my base point and second point selection. Now we are going to do a text edit because we don't need this DWG in all of them. So what I want you to do is to get back in text editor, you just simply go over the text you want to change and double left click. This first box, I want you to change to name and then put your name. To get out of that text, just click outside of it. DWG, this is the drawing name. We're going to leave that the same, but this drawing, I want you to change the name to title block because that's the drawing we're working on. So name, your name, don't put my name. DWG, put title block. Pan over, we're going to edit this text here. This is going to be the date. And today's date is 10/21/22. So you can select whatever date it is when you're creating this. Scale. So your most common scale that you're going to use is a 1:1 scale. So let's go ahead and put that in there. So we're going to put revision. Because this isn't a revision, or we don't have a revision on this drawing, we're just going to leave it blank. And then our last box here, we're going to put sheet. And this is going to be a 1/1 drawing because there are no other sheets in this set of drawings. So what I want is for this corner here to be at 0.05, 0.05 coordinates. Okay, right now we screen picked, so we really have no clue where this corner is. We know 0, 0 is where our X and our Y intersect. So right here, 0, 0. So we can clearly see that this title block is quite a ways off from 0.05. So to fix that, we are simply going to move. I'm going to do a forward window. Everything in my forward window is going to be selected. I'm going to pick that. With everything selected, I'm going to hit enter because that's all I need. And I'm going to pick this bottom left corner because that's my base point. My second point, I'm going to move to the coordinate, and I'm going to type this in, 0.05, comma, 0.05, and hit enter. I'm just going to go to the A. I'm going to go down to save as. The location, I'm going to save it to my desktop, and I'm going to call it CAD 100 title block A Rafferty. Hit save, and you are done with this drawing.